Next topic with delivering customer empathy at scale to increase digitalization by Mr. Khoo, Chia, Ching, Marketing Manager from Zoho Corporation. The webinar will be conducted in English. ถัดไปจะเป็นการบรรยายในหัวข้อ delivering customer empathy at scale to increase digitalization โดยคุณครูเชียชิงผู้จัดการฝ่ายการตลาดบริษัท Zoho Corporation โดยบรรยายเป็นภาษาอังกฤษค่ะ Please welcome Mr. Khoo, Chia, Ching.
Sawadee-krap. Thank you, Miss Delta, for the kind introduction. So let me share my slides and my screen. How is the slides? Hello, everybody. So I'm Khoo. So today's topic is about delivering customer empathy at scale through increased digitalization. So converting information that is on paper form into a PDF is one form of digitization, and moving it to a web form and have the data stored in a structured manner, which allows your business processes moving towards a more digitalized process. With increased digitalization, you have more digital signals from customers to understand their needs faster. And each business is unique, and that is why this topic is presented. Next, I'd like to share a little bit about myself. So I'm Khoo. So this is my 4th year in Zoho. So I have the privilege to assist Zoho scale to a global customer base in the APAC region. In Zoho, we have built products to solve our own problems. And we feel that, as part of the growth, as very relevant to the topic, we have built products to improve, in many areas such as CRM, collaboration, marketing automation tools, HR, and finance. So each step of this 50 plus applications that Zoho has built is a step towards digitalization. And that led, the overall transformation in Zoho. So currently, I'm a marketing manager in Zoho Corp, and I see myself as a workforce enabler. And, let me just share a little bit about the company. So we have, customers, 70 million plus users in more than 190 countries. And right now we grew, from like 6 employees to 10,000 employees right now. And when you choose Zoho, you're actually choosing a connected ecosystem of apps. So currently right now, customers have been the key drivers of digitalization, because when there were lockdowns, the need was to offer more digital services and to make information readily accessed without losing the efficacy of the service. So we understand that currently many of us, including myself, based in Singapore, we also experiencing a lot of hybrid work. So right now I'm presenting this webinar, sharing this session, with the attendees in Thailand, from the safety of our homes. And we also understand that we have some tools to ensure that people are able to have online meetings, and you have a chat and enable people to do remote work and stuff like that. So we also saw that some digital payments have exploded in terms of volumes last year. And as a brand, what we did catch on some of the customers at the moment. So we need to listen to what our customers want, so that we can enable them to do more. And different countries are at different stages of their digital journeys. So this event and there's the episode from last year accelerated many trends, and we have seen some in like today. So in the verticals like travel and tourism, they're surely affected. I miss Thailand, and I'm sure a lot of Thailand people also miss Singapore. So in the recent travel event at the panel, country tourism is the key. So when we cannot travel overseas, definitely we'll look into ways to how can we do local travel and stuff like that. So this is a way like different verticals pivot themselves. And restaurants were another industry that have been quite hit. So in Singapore, some of these restaurants have turned to delivery platforms, and they have started to offer some even luxury restaurants start to offer takeaways and stuff like that. And as a tech company ourselves, Zoho also learn a lot from customers to to ensure that we can deliver that experience to serve our customers better, because customer demands have adopted, and verticals also need to adopt. So how does this affect your brand and so much so? So we understand that reacting quickly is possible only when we empathize with what the customers want. So this pandemic, has changed some of the users' behavior. So, previously when we, personally when I'm eating in Singapore before the COVID, I like fried food, and I eat all types of stuff, and sometimes it's not very healthy. But throughout this COVID have changed some of my behaviors. So I start to eat some organic food, and start to even adopt things like online yoga classes and stuff like that. So previously, when you try to get people to attend an online class like yoga, yeah, or some sports class, people think that, hey, are you okay? You should visit the site. But things change. And we also understand that there's also a lot of change due to mobility patterns, less public transport. So every business will need to calibrate and adapt towards these changes. So we understand that, okay, we have a pandemic that has been around for quite some time, and how does the pandemic affect your brand? So we know that learning quickly of what customers want is the essence of customer empathy. And what is customer experience? So probably the attendees would know, but maybe I just for the context of this presentation, I'd like to share. Customer experience is how a customer feels about a brand over time. It's not what the employee feels. It's not what the co-workers feel. It's how the customers feel. And we also understand that it stress a lot of importance of the brand, because a brand has loyalty, and where would you want the users to rush to when things get better? Because there are like 101 travel agencies in Singapore, and you want to be the top of the mind recall when it comes to VTLs. Right now we have this vaccinated travel lanes, and when it starts to open, you will start and call the agency you really trust and is on your mind of recall. You will not go to any other agency which you don't trust. And this slide actually shows an article, newspaper article, but the context is not to show you the article, is to share with you that this is the New York Times, and this originated in 1951, and it is the most popular newspaper when it comes to mind when we think about the legendary use of the fonts, the Times New Roman. So this is how powerful a brand can the impact on you. So we also want to understand some of the factors that affects this customer experience, and how can we help our customer success teams empathize better with customers. So we also understand that this is the touch points of several communication channels that exist for customer when they want to reach you. And when you have several departments, like you have the sales, you have the marketing, and you have the support. So each of these departments are actually connected to various channels that a customer will want to reach them. And because there are many customers, and you want to scale and you want to grow your business, and you give each of these departments multiple avenues for people to call you. It's like the support will have a hotline, the sales will have a hotline, the marketing will have a hotline, and so on. So we understand that the number of this combination of touch points actually hints to why is it complex, because sometimes information is being shared with, let's say, the sales department, trying to get a delivery to be sent out next Monday. And then what happens if this communication is not conveyed to the delivery department? You get nothing, and then you actually aggress the customers, and the customers will not be very happy. So how can we empathize with customers' needs? So we understand, before we try to understand how can we understand our customers better. So maybe let me share with you some of the reasons why businesses fail to have customer empathy. Perhaps when you are very into operations, you dive a lot into the numbers, and sometimes we get trapped in looking at these numbers, and let's say we had 500 customers, and all you look for are like, okay, I get 0 complaints, and I'm all good. I have the illusion of me satisfying 500 customers. But actually that's not true, because sometimes, the feedback source coming from these customers, actually, they tell you some things, but you fail to understand, what are they trying to tell us. And sometimes it's very difficult to understand the feelings of the customers, because sometimes you ask them, like, on a scale of whether you're happy or not happy, and then most of the customers would, be a bit embarrassed to tell you that they are not happy, and then fill up a paragraph of why they are not happy. They'll just click, okay, they're happy instead. And then after that, you never see them again. So this is not very desirable. So one of the first the concept, of how we actually grew is that we felt very aligned with this phrase about hiring your internal customers to empathize with your real customers. So in the book Wired to Care, the author talks about how Netflix, Netflix previously, they gave new DVD players to all of its employees so that they can encourage them to watch more movies, and then they will learn more about their customers. But right now, Netflix is gone online, and things exploded and changed for them. And sometimes reading fan mails will also get you some insights of what do our customers really want. And posting is a very fast process. When you do something correct, as a brand, people post happy posts on your websites, on your social media, and also vice versa. And we also found another concept to improve this empathy is, we need to spread this across the organization. So having the right tools will allow, some of the functions in our organization to be better, share this customer experience and how the customers see us as a brand. So before I move to the next slide, I would like all participants to probably, think of, to picture your own company. Imagine we are working in a big air-conditioned building, let's say with 5 floors, and only the top floor has the access, has a window, and only through this window you can see what is the weather outside. And then, for all the employees working in level 1 to 4, to really know what's the weather outside, they need to give a call to the level 5 employees. So it may sound a bit funny, but if you use this example in our own organizations, are we really only, that focus on, are we only relying on one department that is customer facing to understand what the customer, is really experiencing? But that's actually, true in some organizations. So coming back to our, topic, so let me show you how can we empathize at all of these touch points and then scale. So before we talk about, scaling and using, the digital tools and stuff like that. So first, as a brand, we must have a corporate philosophy aligned to our customers. And then we must deploy the right tools to get the correct digital signals from customers. And then how to make all of these, how can we use these integrated technology platforms so that, AI, artificial intelligence, increase our output and, simplify our work. And then we also found that, hey, we need to give employees the contextual information to make educated decisions. Because after all, when you have talents working in our companies, and if the talent doesn't get enough insights, the person would need to rely on you as a CEO to make all the decisions. And we know that is nearly impossible. So coming to the first portion, so corporate philosophy aligned to customers. So maybe let me share a little bit about Zoho. So we are committed to privacy and security. So we are the only company that blocks all adjunct surveillance and remove all third-party trackers from all of our sites. We have never sold our customer data. We will never do something like that. And we are CCPA and GDPR compliant worldwide, and not just mandated by law. And we have a very detailed security and privacy assessments of all our third parties. And we are certified ISO 27018 and 27701. So PIMS certified. And our data is always, 100% encryption in transit, selective at rest. So when we are using a very secure and private, a tools that's as anchored on the company's vision of, privacy, we then, be companies or brands will be better, have more confidence in using our solutions to get digital signals from your customers. So this is a typical customer journey. So a customer journey will, like, when you run ad campaign, a visitor online comes and clicks and enters your site. And then when you visit your site, you want to probably, you engage with the visitors using some maybe a chat bot. And then when you communicate with these customers, you nurture the customers, you convert them to leads. And then through your nurturing, some of the leads will get converted to become customers, you win them as customers. And then you execute some projects with the customers. And then, happy customers will stay. And then you will have to also measure this ROI. So you use like analytics to get, some reports of, what are the campaigns you run and what are the activities you have done. So this is like a typical customer journey as a brand. So we felt that, hey, we need an integrated, a unified kind of customer experience platform to become this intermediary between all the communication channels that exist for every department that is available. So remembering my previous slides, the support used to have 5 channels. The marketing department is supposed to have maybe another 5 channels of communication, and so is the sales. But sometimes when the communication goes to certain departments, the other departments do not get the context of what is communication about. So when you have the correct platform as an intermediary, that is a force multiplier, with all of these departments. So let's say let's say an email to the customer experience platform, and it requires assistance from the support or the sales. It can be internalized, and the contextual information will be able to flow between these 2 departments. So let me describe some of these benefits of such a customer experience platform. So you can actually execute omni-channel campaigns. So your activities in email campaigns, you can have online meetings, you can have a social media engagement, you can have visitors landing on your website, and all of these touch points will be actually managed accordingly with our CX platform. And this is how it looks like when a visitor visits your website, and you will be able to connect with the visitor using a live chat. And then if you feel that, hey, there's always a requirement to improve the communication to audio call, you can always do so, and you can escalate to become an audio call. So you can even do some screen sharing so that you can help your customers online to better understand and use your products that you want to sell. And then these leads can be added directly to your CRM. So you will not have you will not be maybe disadvantaged by getting leads in all sorts of communication channels, and then you still need to export these details to a spreadsheet. And then what happens if you lose you mismanage your spreadsheet, and and things go haywire. So this is a very good feature which you can actually add leads directly into your CRM. And then nowadays when we're dealing with a lot of young people like us, and millennials and stuff like that, so you also want to give them an option of a self-service portals. So I would say that as younger generation, they are very very IT savvy. They know how to have a lot of self-help. So actually you can create some online FAQs so that they can refer to these help themselves. And you can always build up a database of these FAQs, because you're not going to deal it with a few products, because as you scale, as you sell more products and do, after service support for more products, you definitely want to, document your help desk properly. And like I shared, AI is a marvelous thing. So in Zoho, we have a Zoho's intelligent assistant called Chia. So Zia is very smart, like what is shown on this screen. You can say hello, and then you can ask Zia using a natural language processing, a normal human, how you communicate with a support or another human. And then it gives you a lot of interesting, it gives you the correct type of answers. And it is fast, it may be a intelligent assistant, but it works 24/7. And then this is how it looks like on a voice-based AI. So you can actually speak with our AI, Zia, and then it'll give you, very intelligent responses. And, this is one survey has been, one of the most stable and probably, has been around for many, many years. And it actually works. So this is how a survey, an app looks like. And this is also found in the Unified CX platform that we offer. So you can get more touch points. So you can have touch points like a live chat, email, you can get from social media and stuff like that. And you can even send out surveys. So the survey you can ask, a lot of stuff, get a lot of interesting feedback from customers. And then, when you have all these applications that work, and how can we actually, when they are integrated, the AI works, better, because the AI is as smart as the input gets. And these are the integrated platform that keys this into this actionable info for our AI. So we have like what I shared, social marketing, we have visitor tracking, we have help desk, we have marketing automation, project management, analytics survey. So and together with sales from sales support, like in our CRM, you get actually a suite of apps. That why this suite is being brought together is to actually give employees a contextual information to make educated decisions. I understand that most of us will probably come back from a lunch or break, and this segment, may make you all laugh. So, humor is my kind of thing. So, on the bottom left, you see that, okay, there are three items. We have a pillow, we have a teddy bear, and we have a blanket. And, when it's arranged there without contextual information, nobody really knows what is there for. And, after a while, some kind guy, a kind soul helped me put my teddy bear on the pillow and then cover it with a blanket. So, I want to thank the kind-hearted person, but these three items have not been dry yet. So this is the importance of having the correct contextual information when we want to deal with our when we want to have better coordination with our support, marketing, and sales. So they must know, how to serve the customers better, as a company. So these three departments are supposed to work hand in hand. And this is some of the examples which I want to share with our audience today. So if you see an unhappy post that gets discovered onto your Twitter, your social media, you can convert this to a ticket or help desk ticket, so that you get to solve issues for our customers. And then next, we also want to focus on the tickets that need resolution now. So there are some important tickets, and there are some very urgent tickets that in the next 10 minutes, if you cannot solve it for the customers, you'll lose your best customer. So these are some of the tools that we have found helpful for our customers. And then we also want to give the correct context to agents for inbound engagement. So before the agent actually speaks with an unhappy customer, or respond to an inquiry, if you're able to give this agent more context, the person will know that, okay, I'm calling you because of this and that. So imagine if you're mending a hotline and you need to the customer to explain it over and over again. after some time, the customer will feel that, hey, this is a company that is very disorganized and they don't listen. So it's compared to a agent who, gives the call to the customer, knowing exactly what is the problem. And then agents will be able to contextually see details from the CRM. And then you will know that, okay, the demographics of this person, and you will know how to, engage this person properly. And then after, when you have a lot of stuff, because we're talking about scaling, so, if you want to go back and, pull out reports and stuff like that, it might be slightly difficult. But we have AI that can actually help us in the sentiment prediction. So based on the email response to the tickets, we'll know that, hey, it's a positive, is a positive outcome. And then, as a CTO or a CEO, a chief digital officer in your organization, if you're going to build, a lot of data systems, you're going to build, customize a lot of for features into your CRM. And end of the day, is it easy for every employee to access all of this info? If the answer is not, high chance that, people are not going to use it as much, and then it's going to be a white elephant. So we understood all of this through our own experience. That's why, I want to urge our audience today to actually, improve customer empathy at scale. We got to practice all four of these, key points here. And then probably I would like to invite you all to visit our booth. So we have a booth here. So Pimlada and Ackerford are both standby at the booth to say hello to all visitors. And I'll come to the last slide. So this is the slide, to showcase our unified customer experience platform called Zoho CRM Plus. So it has all your tools that are required for unified marketing, sales, and support. So this is a platform with seamless data flow between apps. So you get the very smart AI, and you get the contextual information. So when you find another scenario of my teddy bear and my pillow and my blanket, no kind soul will help me, stack them all together, and they would know I put it there for it to get to get sun dried. Yeah. Okay, I've reached the end of my session. Sawadee-krap. This is Khoo from Zoho Corp signing off.
Thank you, Mr. Khoo. Now we are on the Q&A session. Please allow me to lead some highlight question to you. We have, please allow me to select. Meaning that the digital empathy is the emotionally intelligent design language to 2030.
Sorry, Delta. I didn't catch you.
Okay, please allow me to repeat. It's meaning that from your presentation, it's meaning that the digital empathy is the emotionally intelligent design language to 2030.
Okay. Let me try to rephrase the question to see whether I understand it correctly. So, are you talking of? Are you trying to ask me whether is it like a soft skill thing in business?
Yes.
Okay. So I do not know its origin, because even though I'm a psychology student, and I forgot about the origin, but I know customer empathy and human empathy are around the same thing. There is like it's like a general and a minor subset. So as humans, when we try to empathize with people, like for example, if I empathize with my spouse, I'll try to read some of the digital signals from my spouse through my spouse Facebook, LinkedIn, and probably something else. So you want to know, okay, this is what she's posting. So as a business, you want to read what are the digital signals coming from your customers and your preferred customer demographics. So if they start to show, let's say, from a tech solution provider, if I start to see some of my friends and some of my clients, or business community starting to show that, hey, they are always on their mobile, they are always, using their mobile to check stock inventory, to contact, their sales people and their support people, I'll know that, okay, let's get a Zoho CRM, on the app. Let's get all of our Zoho stuff on the app so that, they'll be able to access whatever thing they want by a few buttons on their phone, because right now everybody works remotely. So I hope this answered the question.
Yes, yes, it is. And Mr. Khoo, I would like to thank you for your excellent information. I think everyone can gain knowledge about how to achieve, deliver customer empathy at scale effectively. For other questions from audience, we will send to Mr. Khoo and he will reply back to your email. And I hope everyone to get the Zoho CRM application very soon.
Yes, so just check out Zoho CRM Plus. So CRM is our CRM tool, but the Plus is our integrated CX platform. Thank you so much, Ms. Delta. Thank you
Thank
for
you
having
so
us.
much.